Hey, and happy Sunday. It's Kelly with IfYouHaveAnEgg.com, and it's time for another chat. And you notice we're in a different place in the loft tonight because we have to be able to use the computer. So we're standing in the end, kind of, anyway, so you can see the upstairs. You can still see all of our campers. But hello and happy Sunday. Today is Sunday, June the 30th. It is almost July. Hope everybody's having a great week. We had the USA cycling race in Knoxville today, and Dusty and I went down and walked a little while. Woo! I burned up some fit points just watching those guys. That is crazy. I don't see how they do that. But anyway, I hope everybody is having a great week. Hopefully our microphone is working well again this week. And yay, Laura Lynn, you made it. Hey, how are you? I just got your message on my watch and couldn't answer it. Sorry, so I'm so glad you made it. Hello, Carol Lou. Yeah, and hello, Lindsay. So hopefully the microphone is working well because I feel like I'm standing way over here and the microphone is over here. Hello, Claudie. And hopefully I'll be able to see you all since I'm standing so far away from my iPad. But anyway, hello, Barbara from the Crossroads. It is hot. You are correct. Yeah, hello, Sylvia. And Sylvia's finally on time. Yay. Hello, my Christy. Yeah, and Laura Lynn, it is great to see you too. We have missed you. Hello, Mary Ann. And hi, Lynn. And Lynn, let's see, you're getting something special from Casey, I think. And I think she's going to stick my things in her box so that you get them. Hello, Sandra from Dingman's Ferry. Yeah, awesome. Hello, Betty. So if you're watching this later on YouTube, it's just youtube.com, search If You Have an Egg. If you're watching this later and you don't want to see all the hi hellos, you can just go ahead and scroll over to about 10 minutes and then we'll be done. Hello, Kim from California. Awesome, awesome. You are back. It is good to see you. Second half of the chat. Going to be pretty exciting. Does anybody notice anything? Yeah, we're leaving in 13 days. 13 days. And hey, Sylvia, let's see. Oh, Canada Day is tomorrow. Sylvia says, happy Canada Day to anybody who's celebrating. So I'm up for a good celebration. So let's celebrate Canada Day tomorrow, even though we're in the United States. Hello, Sandy from Northeast Kansas. Yeah, Sandry loves Mickey Top. Thank you. Hello, Rosie. Yeah, and hello, Becky. Yeah, so 13 days. So we'll be back in 13 days, and we are taking Alyssa with us and not her parents. So yeah, we will be running away with her for 10 days, I think. Hello, Virginia. Yeah, so it's a much needed break. So somebody just needs to make sure that everybody else stays calm, while we're gone so that we can take a break. But anyway, so we'll be skipping town with her. So the second half of the chat. Oh, hello, Becky. Becky, are you saying hi? Are you from Washington? So hi. Oh, and if you're new here, hello, Bernice from Northeast Texas. Hello, Irma. So if you're new, give us a shout out because we would love to say hi and hello to you if this is your first time. But yeah, I know. And my Christy says, wow, brave people, we're up for it. Yeah, we are up for it. Hello, Naomi from Texas. So we got the Texas girls representing tonight. Looks like there's several of you all. Oh, and my accountability buddy Karen says is a thunderstorm out that way. Just because it's so hot. I think so, yeah. It is like, shoo. So while we were standing out there watching the cyclers, today, oh my gosh, I was drenched. I have changed clothes twice today. And hello, Kim. But anyway, so we will be going in 13 days. I guess now it's like 12 days and however many hours. And so the second half of tonight's chat is all about Disney planning. So if you are a Disney fanatic like we are, hello, Kim. Hello, Renee. Oh, yep, and Becky is, yeah, good. Whoop, everybody's got us covered. They've got us covered in Texas. Liz says, I've got West Texas covered. That is, okay, Texas is pretty big. So I guess there does have to be a lot of you all. But anyway, so if anybody loves Disney as much as we do and you are trying to stay on your WW plan while you're there, or if you have a friend that's going, please share this live chat so that they can see it or they can watch it later on YouTube. Again, it's just youtube.com. Search If You Have an Egg, or they can see it on the blog, www.ifyouhaveanegg.com. And hello, Mindy from Charleston. Yay! Okay, so we're going to get going. Today is Sunday. It is June the 30th. It is almost July. And Melissa, no, the new Star Wars is not open yet. That is not open until... When does Galaxy's Edge open, John? August 29th. Okay, we will be gone before Galaxy's Edge opens. So I wish that we were going to go see that. But yeah, we'll be there just before that. Hello, Janice. So you can tell that we're true Disney fanatics that John's quoting opening days from the bedroom. Hello, Donna. And hello, Kim. So what was I going to say? Oh, this is chat number 129. And it is, so tonight's chat is how to bounce back from a weight gain. So funny that we would be having this topic before we go to Disney. I'm going to show you how to plan for Disney in the second half. And actually, I think it's going to be like a 3-week Disney-themed thing. So you can apply it to other theme parks. You can apply it just to traveling. Hello, Mary from Wisconsin. But this one is going to be Disney specific. So if you have been planning on going to Disney, scared about going to Disney or not going to Disney, you need to watch the next 3 weeks. And I did not get to do my nails tonight. I am so upset. Hold on, I'll show you the colors that I'm going to do. Since we have July 4th, our July 4th, America, United States July 4th is coming up on Thursday. I'm going to be doing these 2 colors, thanks to Casey, but I didn't get to do them before the chat because I was working on something that I didn't want to mess up my brand new nails. So hello, Mary, and hello, Sherry. Okay, Sherry says Connecticut is in the house. So I'll be doing Fired Up and Aspen Sky. So I'll be doing those tonight after the chat. But are those not fun and cute? Hello, Mary from Wisconsin. Those are super cute. Anyway, I was going to try and get them on before the chat, but no such luck. So Disney's second half. That's the second half. First half, chat number 129, how to bounce back from a weight gain. But we have to talk about last week first. So last week, our topic was reject all or none thinking. So that is what we talked about last week. And you all did pretty good on your homework. So who went to a physical workshop last week? I know this was from our last week's chat, but who went to a physical workshop last week and sat your bottom in a chair? Give me a thumbs up. And yeah, and Liz, so Casey sells Color Street now. So among the other million things that we do. Oh no, Janice, these ruin your nails. These have been making mine stronger. They've been keeping them from peeling. And they're not press-ons. It's like it's fingernail polish. It's like, I don't know how to explain it. It's like 5 or 6 layers of fingernail polish. Hello, Lisa. All in one. Anyway, I think they're super, super cool. And they've kept me from chewing on the sides of my nails, and they've kept me from peeling my nails. But anyway, so if you went to a physical workshop, thumbs up, and y'all are already answering. Very good, very good. And if you attended here with us last week, or if you did both, let's see some hearts. Yeah, lots of boths. A lot of you all did both. So you don't know how important that is that you do something. You do one or the other or both during the summer because it's so easy to get distracted during the summer. So yeah. Oh, and Rosie says her nails are looking too good, or looking good too. Yeah. And I'm sorry, Janice. Sorry that didn't work for you. They were actually working really well for me. But so bravo to everyone who attended a physical workshop or attended with us here or both. Y'all get an extra bravo sticker. So last week's topic was reject all or none thinking. Several of you all did your homework. Several of you, and thank y'all for the hearts that are coming up too. So several of you all did your homework. Several of you all tagged me in it. Hello, Stacy. So you all get the people who did their homework last week and tagged me in it. You get extra bravo stickers. So who remembers what last week's homework was? Can anybody tell me? So y'all are still letting me know about y'all are still letting me know. See, when I don't have those on here, I'm gonna stand here and pick. I'm gonna stand here and pick at my nails. So I really should have just made time to do it before we started the chat. And excuse me while I reach. Does anybody remember your homework from last week? Anybody? I know a couple of y'all that did your homework are here. So y'all think about that. Think about that and tell me what your homework was. Anybody? I'm not going to move on. I'm not going to keep talking. Yes, and yes, Barbara, it is water out of a special Disney cup that we're going to talk about in the second half. Okay, so we have to do, think. Yeah, so Betty says think. Hello, Loretta. So it was basically the think, feel, do that we did last year. So we actually had this topic last year, and I think it was just called think, feel, do. And I still forgot to go back and look up what that chat number was. But on the think, feel, do, you have to think, what are you thinking? How does it make you feel? And then what are you going to do about it? So a lot of y'all did do your homework. And a lot of y'all were saying things like, I think I messed up today. So I feel like a failure and like I should just, hang it up until tomorrow, next meal, tomorrow, next week, next weigh-in, whatever that next thing is. And then y'all had some really good ideas about what to do instead, like what you would do if you were talking to a friend. So you wouldn't tell a friend, oh yeah, you've messed up. You messed up bad. You just need to skip, you just need to go on. You just need to, just quit going back, or whatever. So several of you all had really, really good ideas about how to talk to yourself. And I actually read something today that said how you talk to yourself. And actually, you know what? It was good enough. I'm going to look it up again real quick while we're talking. But I read this morning. It was in my Bible study this morning, and I am reading a Joyce Meyer's plan, and it is The Power of Being Thankful. And today's devotional, she said, let me find it real quick. This was so good. It says, so this is, talking about, this is a Bible study, but it so relates to what we are talking about. So she says, begin to speak out against feelings of insecurity and say, I belong to God and He loves me. So you can say that about yourself. You are worth it. But listen to this. We believe more of what we hear ourselves say than what others say. So that's exactly what we were talking about last week, is that we believe more. So like if we say we're bad, or if we say we're stupid, or if we say we messed up, or if we say that we're not worth it, or whatever, we believe more of what we say to ourselves than what other people say about or to us. So she's saying, start saying something good and drown out the other voices that condemn you. Fight for yourself. And it has an exclamation point, fight for yourself. Okay, so I think that's extremely important, and thank you very much, Joyce. I know you didn't mean to interject into our WW journey this week, but you did. So that was all about last week. Reject all or none thinking. So again, we talked about, if you had one flat tire, that you wouldn't slash the other 3 tires on your car. So if you gain a little weight, don't just throw it all away. And it's funny that topic should come up, because that is this week's topic. So I did not get a weekly yet this week because our location was having Vacation Bible School, and I love Vacation Bible School, but every year it kind of gets in the way. One week out of the year it kind of gets in the way of our WW meetings. So I don't have a weekly from this week. I am going to turn you all around in just a second because I have it pulled up from last week on the computer. But let's just talk about that for a second. So this is chat number 129, and it is titled, How to Bounce Back from a Weight Gain. So who here has had, and I'm going to get you to do thumbs ups or hearts again, and if you're not here with us live, just go ahead and do like a hand emoji, or something, type something in, or just say me. Just say me. So who of us that is here has had a weight loss that you didn't deserve? Like you got to your meeting, or you were at home, and you got on the scale and you thought, and you were thinking, it's a nail biter, oh my gosh, I had this and this, or I just got back from Disney, or whatever, I know I had a gain. I'm confident that I had a gain. So how many of you, thumbs up, or, give me a hand emoji, or just say me, comment me. So how many of you have had a weight loss that you did not deserve? So you really thought that you were going to, gain weight, and you lost weight? Yeah, me. I think most of us had. So what happens when you've lost weight, or you showed a weight loss that you didn't deserve, you didn't track all week, or you were on vacation, or whatever the circumstances were, but you knew that you didn't deserve it, but you get a weight loss, you take it, don't you? You say, oh, I'll take it. That's mine. That's my weight loss. I'm going to take it, even though you know that you really probably didn't have a weight loss. Yeah, I've been there and done that. Okay, on the other hand, though, how many of you, show me a heart, or again, with a hands up, or a me. So how many of you have had a weight gain that you don't think you deserved? So you tracked everything all day, you thought you were being great. And Rosie says it's a shoo moment. Yeah, and Sylvia says they were in golf shorts for 10 days and she lost 5.6 pounds. Whoa, what? But so how, and hello, Andrea. So, oh, hey, Andrea. But how many of you, heart, or, show of hands, or just say me, have had a weight gain that you think, I didn't deserve that. I tracked all week. I stayed within my points. I exercised. I walked 20 bajillion steps all week. So how many of you have had that? And then what a different feeling that is. So the week that you showed a loss that you didn't deserve, we're all like, woo, narrowly escaped that one, woohoo, got a weight loss. We're all about celebrating. We want our high five. When we used to get Bravo stickers, we wanted our Bravo sticker. We're all about it, all pumped when we get a weight loss that we don't deserve. But if you get a little show a gain, when you show a gain that that you didn't deserve, what a different feeling that is. It's like, oh no, oh, I did everything right. I followed the plan. Why did I gain weight? Why me? Okay, so tonight is about how to bounce back from a weight gain. So I'm going to flip you all around. And fortunately, since we have the microphone, you all should still be able to hear me. Used to, when I flipped you around, it got really quiet. So I'm going to flip you around so that we can see this. Okay, so tonight is how to bounce back from a weight gain. And sorry, the monitor is so big you can't see the entire thing, but we can read most of it. So here it says in our weekly, accept the gain and then act. So what they're saying is if you gain, say, 3 pounds, you might think that you've ruined your progress. You might get discouraged and lose the confidence that you've been building. Okay, so, 3 pounds. So 3 pounds in a week or two is a significant weight fluctuation. So that'd be something that I would want to pay attention to, but you have to accept the reality of it. And thank you, my Christy. You have to accept the reality of it and then figure out what you're going to do. So they suggest that we make a bounce back plan. So the first thing was to say, was to realize, you've gained a little bit of weight. Maybe not. It could be, and I'm going to flip y'all back around again because I feel like I'm talking to the weekly. But it might be a weight gain. I seriously doubt any of y'all have actually gained. Unless you just went on a bender. I'm talking a cruise and seriously just went crazy. But I seriously doubt any of y'all gained 3 actual pounds, in a week. If it's 3 pounds, over 2 weeks, that's a maybe. That is a maybe. But a lot of times it is hormones. Or it is salt retention. Like fluid retention from salt. Man, that happens to me. I can fluctuate my weight, seriously, 3 pounds, overnight, either way. If I had too much salt, and then sometimes I have to do, I'll do the detox when I've done that. Or like right now I'm eating like watermelon, grapes, anything that's got lots and lots and lots of, like water with the food in it, to try and flush that out because it's so hot here. And I tend to hold on to some water, when it's hot. But there's just so many different things that can show a temporary, weight gain. So the first thing is, just to accept the fact, okay, so the scale showed whatever, X, Y, and Z. So that was the first thing, was to accept that. The next thing is to make sure that you weigh yourself right away so that you can, if you think you've gained weight, so that you can, implement your plan. So you've got to come up with a bounce back plan. So I think these were really good. A food action plan. Commit to tracking your next 2 meals. Notice it says 2 meals, not 2 days, not 2 weeks. 2 meals. That's all they want you to commit to is tracking the next 2 meals, and then go ahead and plan 3 meals for the upcoming week. That's just 3 meals out of what? Let's see, at a minimum, if we eat 3 meals a day times 7, that'd be 21. So 3 out of 21, and then write a list and go grocery shopping. Make an activity action plan, increase your activity, either increase the number of days a week or the amount of time, or sometimes I'll do, like instead of 1 long walk or 1 long, activity, I'll try to split it up and do 2 shorter ones, do 1 in the morning and 1 at night. For some reason, doing that, kind of helps me switch it up. And then make a mindset action plan to, what you're going to do with your mind. So remember, talk to yourself like a friend. Actually the leader that we had, 2 weeks ago, she said, do a friend check, which I thought, was really good. And then make your community action plan, go to a workshop, attend with us here. Don't just sit at home. Don't just sit at home and sulk, either go to a workshop, attend with us here, call a friend, do something else. So I want to show you what I had made that was relative to this. It was last year, and I do not remember what that chat number was, but last year we did one. It must have been about weight gain, or I know what it was. It was stalling. So it was if the scales had stalled, like you weren't gaining, you weren't losing any weight, and the scales had stalled. And so we all made these little cards or these notes to ourselves, and I pulled mine back out again for tonight. So my card just says, read me when you're stuck in a plateau. So this could just as easily be, read me when you've had a gain, or read me when you're having a bad day, or read me when you think you've gained some weight, but you know you haven't, whatever. So on this side, I just made some notes to myself, and the note said, hi me, and this stays on my refrigerator, this side. So it says, read me when you were stuck in a plateau, and it's on my refrigerator so I can see it, and then I can pick it up and flip it over, and it says, hi me, remember the last time you broke through a stubborn spot? And I'm talking to myself, but I'm friend checking. I'm talking to myself as if I'm a friend. And I said, so remember the last time you broke through a stubborn spot, you measured and remeasured. So I went back and checked all of my staple things. I quit just eyeballing my peanut butter, because peanut butter I'm really bad at. Skim milk tends to creep. Remember when we talked about creep? But I measured and remeasured everything. I tracked everything. So even lifetime members, I think, still need to track everything. And when I say everything, I even mean 0-point food. So I do think it's important if you're going to track. Hello, Connie. Let's see. Oh, Connie just got out of school for the summer. She's ready to buckle down. Good girl. And aloha, Kathy. Or I'm sorry. Hello, Kathy from Iowa. Sorry, thought I saw the other Kathy. But track everything. So I'm talking even 0-point food. So, none of us are here because we ate too many carrots. But I still think it's important to see, if you track them, are you, tracking them, are you getting enough 0-point foods? Are you staying hungry because you're not bulk it up enough? Things like that. Or are there certain things that you need to kind of stay away from? Like I have found that I don't need to eat more than about 4 or 5 servings of vegetables a day, or of fruit a day, because if I do, I'll start to see, certainly not a loss, but I'll start to see a gain. So track everything. You got your steps. You remember, this is you measured and remeasured, tracked everything, got your steps every day, and drank lots of water. So Barbara, this one's for you and for me. So when I have successfully broken through a plateau and started losing again, I drink lots of water and cut out sodium. And I know this is backwards, but the last line says, and it worked. So if it worked, why would I not do it over and over and over and over again? So the reality of it is, if you have a gain, you've lost weight before. Almost all of us here on WW have lost weight before. Many of us have lost it over and over and over and over again. So, you need to plan on this being your last time, or to come up with your plan for if you do gain. So this is going to be your homework for this week. I want you to set a trigger weight. Well, I want you to make one of these. This is not homework. So first of all, these cards are not homework. Oh, and see, Lynn says bananas did that to her. If she eats more than 2 a week, they cause her to gain weight. See, and everybody's different. Like I'm cool with, with bananas, but everybody's body is different. And so apparently Lynn's body doesn't want her to have more than, 2 a week. And Kathy must have had a big storm come through and it cooled way down. Woo. Okay, well, I don't want the storm, but I'm all about the, cooling down. So when it's freezing cold outside and I'm complaining and saying that I won't complain when it's hot, I lied. I'm complaining. But anyway, so, and Janice says that's where she's at. She's starting again. Okay, so start again. We know how to do it. We know how to do it. But what we have to do, though, is to catch ourselves before we get to that point. So this is not your homework, but I would like for you all to, and I think it's a good idea, to make one of these cards to say, remember when you lost that 10 pounds? This is what you did. Excuse me. Remember when you were stuck in a plateau? This is what you did. But to write down some of those ideas, because let's face it, when you're upset about having, gained some weight, or just losing track of it or whatever, when you're upset, it's hard to think, and when you can pull one of these things, back out, you can pull something like this out, you can go, you know what? That's right. The last time I was in this situation, that's what I did, and I got right back on track. So the card is not your homework, but I think it's a great idea. Your homework is to set a trigger number. So whatever that trigger number is, whether it's a trigger weight or if it's a trigger number. So now that I've made Lifetime, this is in 2014? No. What year was it? 14, I think. Anyway, I have to go back and look now. Anyway, but once I made Lifetime, I realized the number that's on the scale is not as important as many, many other things, especially now that I'm getting older. So the older I get, the more I realize that my trigger is a number of pounds. So like, you know, I have a weight where I feel the best. My feet don't hurt. We were just talking about plantar fasciitis the other day, and about what you need to do, you know, the shoes you have to wear and taking glucosamine and things like that. Since I've lost my weight, I don't take it anymore. I don't have to take Advil or ibuprofen for them anymore. I don't have those symptoms anymore. I'm not getting up in the morning and, you know, hobbling like I was, you know, for years. But so I have a weight. I mean, I'm sorry. I have a new weight that is a happy me weight instead of the lowest weight that I was. And it's honestly, it's 10 pounds more than what I thought that I wanted my lowest weight to be. But it's the weight that I feel the best. So I feel healthy. I feel my feet feel good. I feel good in my clothes. My hair looks good. If I noticed when I lost too much weight that my hair was getting really thin, and I've gotten, you know, most of it back. I don't know. I feel satisfied. So for me, the trigger is a number of pounds. So for some people, it's going to be a trigger weight. And for some people, it's going to be a trigger, you know, number of pounds. So for me, 3 pounds. 3 pounds is my trigger. So if I'm, you know, whatever the time period is, if it's an hour, I don't weigh myself every hour, a day, a week, a month, or whatever, over whatever period of time it is, if I'm up more than 3 pounds, that's my trigger weight where I go, whoa, slow down. What's going on? And I've been over it since my dad got sick and since we moved. That's a whole nother thing. So I've put myself into intentional maintenance, but I still know what that number is. So I've still, you know, contained myself within a certain range, even though I'm over my trigger number. But so your homework today, first thing, pick a trigger number. So whether your trigger number is an amount of weight. So if your trigger number is, you know, let's say you weigh 150 and your trigger number is don't want to get above 155, you know, or pick a number. Or if you say, you know, I've busted into Wonderland and my trigger number is going to be if I get out of Wonderland, or, you know, or a number of pounds like I did, you know, 3 pounds, whatever. So just pick a trigger weight to say, and even if you're not done losing your weight, so whatever weight you're at right now, just pick a trigger to say, okay, I know it's going to go like this. You know, it is. Your weight is going to go like this. It doesn't need to go, you know, like that. Or it doesn't need to go like that either. So even though it's going to go like this, just pick, you know, whatever that number is that you're going to pick, pick it, write it down on your, you know, index card, whatever it is, record it. So that's number 1, set your trigger weight. Number 2, if you've gone above your trigger weight, turn yourself in. Just go ahead and do it. Just say, you know what, I'm above my trigger weight, you know, Karen, accountability. Karen and I did that this last week. So we're going to start keeping each other more accountable. We've been doing this so long that we've gotten complacent, and she's had a whole lot going on. You know, I had a whole lot going on with my dad. We're having some issues with John's mom now. We're tired. So, you know, so we just had to go, I turned myself in. So, you know, I need some help. I can't do this by myself. None of us can do this by ourselves, okay? God did not make us to live by ourselves or to not be with other people. You know, we were supposed to be with other people. So turning yourself in might be calling your accountability buddy and going, guess what? I'm over my trigger weight. You know, help me figure out what I'm doing, what's going on. You know, would you read my tracker? Will you look? Oh, who was it? Who was it today when we were talking about, hello Jackie, we were talking about honest tracking. And so yesterday I had posted about honest tracking for the weekend, and I don't remember who it was. Somebody was talking about their honest tracking, that she and her accountability buddy at the end of every day take a screenshot of their tracker, of their WW online tracker, and they send it to each other so that they have somebody who is looking at their tracker, which I thought was a great idea. When we used to do paper trackers, a lot of people would turn them into Gwen every week, and she would actually review them, and then kind of give us some ideas. Hello Sandra, so when you turn yourself in, call somebody, turn yourself into your accountability buddy, tell us. We do have the closed group, so if you don't want to discuss it here in the public forum, you can go over to our closed group. It's just If You Have an Egg Weight Watchers support group. You can go over there, please, 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 please. Please remember to answer the 3 questions. I have, I don't know, 5 or 6 people right now that I'm like, let them in, don't let them in. I don't know. If you don't answer the 3 questions, I can't tell that you're a real person who actually wants to be with us instead of just a creeper. So please answer the 3 questions or you may or may not get in, because I don't have time to go back and research your whole life to make sure you're okay. But anyway, so if you don't want to post it here publicly, go over there. Go to the closed group, and tell everybody and just say, hey, I messed up. Because guess what? The group of ladies in our group, now I'm in a couple other groups where I wouldn't say anything. Like, I don't share anything except for recipes, because if you, I don't know, if you showed any sign of weakness, they're like, they're all on top of you. Hello, Casey. They're like on top of you. So our group, if you share something, if you say, I need help, I'm turning myself in, I need help. And if somebody jumps you, you let me know, because I'll take them out myself. But yeah, so turn yourself in. Tell your WW leader, your workshop, I still can't remember what those are called, wellness coach. Tell your wellness coach, again, call a friend, do something, but do it in a safe place. And yeah, and Casey, that's because we're talking about Disney in the second part. So Casey got me this shirt. And isn't it cute? She got us matching shirts. So me, John, and Alyssa all have matching shirts for when we, head off. Anyway, so turn yourself into somebody, but do it with somebody who's going to give you some support. Don't turn yourself into somebody who's going to go, you screwed up, you messed up. Okay, so first thing is set your trigger weight. Second thing is turn yourself into somebody if you get past your trigger weight. The third thing is, y'all know how I like 3, so we have 3 things. Number 3 has 3 things. So number 3, the third thing for your homework, and it's 8:31, so I gotta talk fast. The third thing is list 3 things that helped you lose weight. Remember this? So most of us here have already lost weight doing something, whether it's WW or something else or on your own or whatever. You've done something. So number 3 in your homework is list 3 things in the past that have helped you lose weight, so that you have those handy. Remember, mine's on my refrigerator, so I can go back to it and go, okay, this is a disaster. I'm more than 3 pounds over. I'm over my trigger weight. What on earth is going on? And then I can go, oh yeah, I have that on the refrigerator. Oh man, last time I was in this spot, I measured and remeasured. I tracked everything. I got my steps in every day. I drank lots of water and I cut out the sodium, and it worked. So that's your homework for this week. Do not forget to tag me in it. So if you're tagging me on Instagram, it's at IfYouHaveAnEgg. If you are, and Barbara, if you drink enough of your water, it will help you lose weight, because you'll be running to the bathroom, running to the potty. Instagram is at IfYouHaveAnEgg. Here on the Facebook page, it is at the @ if you have an egg. If you are on WW Connect and you tag me, it is at Scrap and Stamp 2. And if you are in our closed group, it's at Kelly Green Milligan. And if you type in Kelly G, it'll pop up before you get to the Milligan. Or you can just comment. But please don't forget to track me. Do your homework. Do your homework and you'll get extra Bravo stickers, and you actually get the Bravo sticker on your homework if you tag me. So I'm going to pause for a second. This is the end of the classroom portion. We're going to talk Disney right after this. So if you don't want to hear about Disney, if you don't want to hear about it, I understand. But this does bleed over into lots and lots and lots of other trips. But if you don't like Disney, you can just go ahead and go. I'm just kidding. So the second part of this chat is going to be all about, it's going to be about Weight Watchers planning, WW planning, Disney style. So I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Tag a friend, share this with a friend who likes Disney, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I am back, and I am back with my Disney refillable mug, which is going to be one of the topics that we're going to talk about. So this is part 2. This is the fluff portion of chat number 129, which was, let me go back to the name of it, which was how to bounce back from a weight gain. And oddly enough, we're getting ready to go to Disney. So we've got 13 days. We've got like 12 days and however many hours left before we leave. We have done Disney so many times that I normally do not come back with a weight gain. I'm not going to say that I lose weight, but normally when we get back from Disney, I'm either right at the same or a teeny tiny gain. So hopefully I'm not going to need chat number 129, how to bounce back from a weight gain when we get back from Disney. But because that is an important topic, I want to go ahead and cover, planning for Disney now. So even if you're not going to actually Disney this year, excuse me, I got so excited I got choked. Even if you're not going to actual Disney this year, could be Disney World, could be Disneyland. Oh no, and Andrea has never been to Disney. Yes, Andrea, I'm going to segue and say, so Alyssa went to Disney when she was 11 months and 3 weeks old, and she's going again this next month, in 12 days, and she'll only be a year and a half old. That's not normal. So Alyssa's life is immersed or almost submersed in Disney. So it's a little bit different for us, but I think the perfect age, if for the first time you're going to take him, so I would definitely take him when he's like 5. So 5, I think, was a great age. So Casey went to Disneyland for the first time when she was 5, and we've been hooked. Disneyland in California, and we've been hooked, and we've been going every year, sometimes twice a year, since then. But anyway, so if you're going to Disney, if you're doing something similar to Disney, this will all be Disney related, but this bleeds over into anything. If you're going to Six Flags, if you're going to Kings Island, if you're going to Coney Island, if you're going to, anywhere for vacation. So if you're traveling, it bleeds over into all of this. So it will be Disney specific, but please just, have an open mind because it's going to go over everything. So a lot of people, and Rosie went for the first time on her 50th birthday, and she waited too long. So 5 versus 50, yeah, that's not too long. It's never too long for Disney. There's always time for Disney. So first thing I want to say is you can do Disney on WW. This is going to be a 3-week thing. So it's going to be a 3-week theme. This first week is all about prepping. So what are you going to do before you even go? So you notice we're talking about this 12 days before we leave. You need to think a little bit ahead. You can't just show up. If you just show up anywhere, if you just show up to work, if you just show up to a wedding, or if you just show up to Disney and don't have some kind of a plan or haven't looked into it a little bit, you're going to be in big trouble. So I'm going to give you some tips on how you can plan ahead for doing WW planning Disney style. I'm going to give you some tips for that, and these are things that have actually worked for us. So we, again, been doing Weight Watchers for 25 years, been doing Disney the same amount of time, almost the same amount of time. So these are things that work well for us, and I'm going to turn you all around again so you can see these. The first thing is you need to go back and review some of our chats. So the first chat that I want you to go back and review is if you just go to YouTube, and it's probably going to pop up an ad. I knew it. Anyway, if you just go to YouTube, and if you go to go to If You Have an Egg on YouTube, and you pull up the one that is called On the Road Again. So if you search If You Have an Egg and then search On the Road Again, this chat was, and it didn't have a number with it, but that chat was all about what to pack, if you're going to be traveling. So I think that's really, really important. You need to plan ahead, especially if you're driving. It's a little bit, believe it or not, it's a little bit easier to plan if you're driving than it is if you are actually going, in a plane. So that is one chat that I think you need to go back and review. Another one is chat number 110, and let me see if I can scroll up here and find it. Rather than searching, or if you just want to search. So actually, I'll show you how to search. So, oh no, I hid my keyboard. Never mind. I hid my keyboard for myself. So let me just go ahead and click over here. Sorry, I was making room. Okay, so chat number 110. Let's find that one. Wow, it's way up here. Or chat number 80, I think, is the next one that we're going to look at. So these, you can go back, you can listen to them, you can watch them. If you just want to listen to them, if you just get them going on your phone and then, just let them go, then you can listen to them, kind of like a podcast. Okay, this one is chat number 80. And chat number 80 is called Maintenance Moves. And look, that one was with Orlando Debbie, who I will be seeing hopefully here in a couple of weeks. But you might think, why am I talking about maintenance moves when we are, when we're talking about heading, to Disney? You need to think about that. If you might want to go ahead and put yourself on intentional maintenance if you're, if you're going somewhere like this, just so that you're not disappointed if you do come back, without a weight loss. So I will say it's hard to lose weight while you're there and still have a good time. But I think it's really easy to, to put yourself into maintenance and to stay the same. And then the last chat that I'm going to say that you should go back and review before you plan a Disney trip or any other trip is 110. And the reason that I think number 110 could be helpful, and hold on, we got to get past this ad. The reason I think number 110 could be helpful is it is eating out. And we're going to skip that part. See, look, you can skip to past the hi hellos if you want to, but this one is all about eating out. And so this one I think you're going to need for planning, planning your trip down. So I would go back and review those. Whoops, that's t-shirts. Okay, next thing is you need to look and see. So look and see what, this is going to sound crazy, but look and see what convenience stores, what gas station chains are on your way down there. So we're leaving from Tennessee, and we will be driving from Tennessee. Sometimes we go through Georgia, sometimes we go through Atlanta and into down into Florida, and sometimes we go through South Carolina. But I always know when I get there, though, that Wawa is there. So Wawa is one of the gas station convenience stores, and you're saying, why do I care what gas stations or convenience stores are there? So gas stations and convenience stores, if you go to a decent sized one, no matter where you stop, so like around here, Pilot and Pilot Flying J are huge around here. All of them, if they're a decent size. Weigel's is another local one, Pilot, but anyway, places like that, Wawa, places like that, they have really upped their game. And like Weigel's here even has a deli, and you can go up and you can put stuff in, you can like order stuff, but they all have now, and Wawa too, and I choose Wawa specifically because they are in Orlando. They all have apples, oranges, bananas, hard-boiled eggs, string cheese. They've all got a section now where you can run in and grab something, but here is just a little selection of Wawa's, some of the food that they have, and it is actually on the WW app. So let's see. Let me see if I can find something that's on here that's on the WW app. So they've got like a soft pretzel is 9 points. A buffalo style chicken wrap is 7 points. The shorty roll is 6. Turkey sausage, egg white, and cheese on bagel is 10. The roasted turkey sandwich is 6. The chicken Caesar wrap is 10. So can you see, what I mean by that? It's a gas station. It's just a gas station, but they have all kind of kicked their game up, kind of kick it into gear. So you can run in, potty, while somebody's pumping gas, and get some stuff that's good for you. So I think it's important to know what gas stations are in between you and where you're headed. And in our case, Disney, Wawa's on the way. So I already know what I'm going to pick up at Wawa. The next thing is, if you are driving, if you can pack a cooler, do it. Pack a cooler. You're going to save, like, depending on how many people you have, you are going to, hello Lisa, you are going to, and Lisa, if you'll turn on notifications, it'll tell you when the chat starts. But anyway, so if you can pack a cooler, do it. So just for the 3 of us, we will save probably $100. I'm not exaggerating. We will probably save about $100 eating and drinking out of our cooler instead of stopping along the way. And we are much less likely to grab some impulse food, like some McDonald's or some candy. I don't know why, but like peanut M&Ms are I don't know why I feel like I have to have peanut M&Ms when we're driving. So if I've packed a cooler and if I've packed, some healthier snacks, then I won't feel like I need that. So, things that can go in a cooler are bottled water, diet soft drinks, obviously, ice, string cheese again, any sturdy fruit like apples, bananas, oranges, clementines, things like that. You can take, we always take a tote bag too that has food that doesn't have to be refrigerated. You can put Baby Bell cheese in there, in the cooler. You can put, grapes are another good one. I put those in an empty yogurt container so that they don't get crushed by anything else. You can take sandwich meat, and we make sandwiches a lot of the time on the way down there. Hard-boiled eggs are another good one. So, things like that. And then in the tote bag, we have like peanut butter crackers. We've got, like Lower Point chips, some snacky stuff, like some veggie crisps, things like that. But we always pack that and take it. So we're going to save like $100 plus who knows how many points we're going to save by not having to stop, and get those things. Okay, so I think that's really important. Know the gas stations, pack a cooler if you can. Okay, when you get there, here's a couple of things that you need to find out. So Disney in particular, you need to know, and I'm going to turn y'all back around, you need to know the resort that you're staying at. If you're staying what John calls on campus, you need to know if your resort has an in-room refrigerator. So here is a list. This is on WDW Disney. This is on or DisneyWorld.go or DisneyWorld.disney.go.com, but you can get to it from anywhere on your Disney app. You can get to it on any of your Disney stuff. But these are the resorts that should have a mini fridge or a beverage cooler in the room. And you can see that list. It's all the All-Star, Animal Kingdom Lodge, Animal Kingdom Villas, the Jumbo House in the Kidani Village, Art of Animation Resort, Beach Club Resort, Boardwalk Inn, Caribbean Beach Resort, Contemporary, Coronado Springs, Grand Floridian, Polynesian Village, Pop Century, Port Orleans, Port Orleans French Quarter, Port Orleans Riverside, Wilderness Lodge, and Disney's Yacht Club Resort. And then look right here. In the event you're staying at a resort that does not feature its own in-room refrigerator or beverage cooler, please call housekeeping when you arrive and request to have one placed in your room, subject to availability. So, call them. You're headed to Disney. Disney is the land of magic. It is the land of magic. We are taking our, and Sylvia just asked, we are taking our camper. So we will have our own refrigerator. We will have our own access to food. But in these other resorts, that is a heck of a list. A heck of a list. So, if they don't have the refrigerator or the cooler, you can call them and ask. And if it is available, sounds like they'll bring one to you. And they are super, super, super helpful. Let's see, and Melissa wants to know if we're RVing or a hotel. We always stay at the campground. On the rare occasion that we don't stay at the campground, we have stayed at Pop Century. The beds are this big. We have stayed at Pop Century, and we have stayed at, I think, one of the All-Stars. But for the most part, we stayed in a cabin once. But for the most part, we stay at the campground. Okay, so then what? You have a mini fridge. Then what are you going to do? So with the mini fridge, you can go to, we prefer Publix. They also have, I think, a couple of Trader Joe's locations, which y'all know how much I like Trader Joe's. But when we get down there, the first thing we do is we go to Publix. And you can see right here is Walt Disney World Resort. There is 1, 2, 3 Publix, 3 different Publix supermarkets within, 20 minutes or so of Walt Disney World. So it doesn't matter what, I'm sorry, Chris. So it doesn't matter what, which part of Walt Disney World you're at. There are 3 different Publix stores. So, I think that's a great idea. So what we do is we get the same things, literally almost exactly the same things every single time. And Casey's exactly right. We have a favorite Publix. Let me go back to this list and see if I can tell you which one it is. I think it is the one at Lakeside Village Center. I don't know. John will have to tell us. To get there, to get to our favorite Publix, they're all Publix, but to get to our favorite one, you have to drive through a restricted area at Disney. And so Casey and I sauntered off on our own 2 trips ago. And when we got to where it said restricted access, we were both like, no, abort mission, that's restricted access. And we turned around and went back, and we made it to one of the other Publix stores. Yeah, it wasn't the one we meant to go to. Not that there was anything wrong with it, it was just farther away because we are on the Magic Kingdom section. We're in the Magic Kingdom resort area, and we ended up like over at the, it was Epcot or Hollywood Studios, whatever. Anyway, it was on the other side, and Disney World's huge, in case you didn't know that. But anyway, so we get almost exactly the same thing every time. Almost exactly, hard-boiled eggs. I do get John Pop-Tarts. We get peanut butter crackers. We get string cheese. I know I keep saying string cheese, or Baby Bell, or anyway, we have this list. So next week is the packing list. So you want to come, if you're planning to go to Disney or anything like Disney, you're going to want to come to next week's chat for the second half, because that's going to be the packing portion of the chat. Okay, so what if you don't have any transportation? So what if you flew in to Disney and you can't go to a grocery store? we have personally used this delivery service. It used to be called Strollers and Groceries, and now it is called Orlando Grocery Express. So if you ever hear me refer to Strollers and Groceries, this is who I'm talking about. So Orlando Grocery Express, so simple, so easy. You can see here they have the delivery info. They're going to talk about where they deliver to. So they deliver to all of these resorts. All of these. So even if you're not staying on Disney property, they will deliver to all of these. Here is the section on how it works. You basically place your order. So you shop your items and you put them in your cart. You choose a delivery date. They deliver 7 days a week, but they do have limited time spots. So you need to place your order at least 48 hours in advance. And it's going to tell you, it's kind of like a Kroger click list where it tells you what your available spots are. This is the same thing. And the grocery delivery fee is $14. Okay, $14. If you didn't drive in, if you flew in, $14 is totally worth it. Totally worth it. And what's nice is the people at Disney will accept your groceries for you. Now, I'm not saying that they're going to take possession of it, but they will help you to get your groceries. And at the campground, I don't know if they'll do this every time, but the last time that we had groceries delivered, they actually brought them to us in one of their vans, the van that brings luggage out to the campsite. So that was pretty cool. But this is super easy. I'm going to turn you back around to them again. So for $14, you can just put your items in your cart and not have to worry about it. And it is very similar to a click list or to Instacart or something like that. But they do have baby items, baking goods, beans, beer. They do have beer and wine, beverages, bread and bake shop, breakfast. They do have camping items. So we're going to the campground. So let's say that we forgot our poncho or a cooler, or they have all kinds of different things. They do have charcoal, and I will tell you there are things like this. So, $7.99 for a cooler might sound expensive, but you wait until you get into Disney and buy a cooler. You're wishing you paid $7.99 for the Orlando Grocery Express one. But anyway, so really easy to use. It's been just perfect. I mean, it's literally been perfect. I don't think I've ever had anything substituted. Of course, we're not getting weird stuff, because it's, because we're camping. So we're not getting weird stuff. And thank you, Liz, and thank you, Laura. But we are, and good night, Andrea. But so anyway, so we are, and Debbie, where have you been? Because we're talking about all things Disney. Of course, you already know all this. But anyway, I don't think I've ever had anything substituted. But again, we're not getting anything weird. Like I'm not getting any, like specialty arugula salads or anything. It's all normal stuff like, bread, sandwich meat, cheese, string cheese, Baby Bell cheese, things like that. But I don't think I've ever had any substitutions. But Orlando Grocery Express, and I will put the link to their website, in the comments when we get done. Okay. So that's the next thing. So that's a real easy way to do that. So grocery deliveries, that's perfect. Find out if your resort has a mini fridge. If they don't, ask if they can put one in your room or a cooler. And Debbie was over visiting a neighbor. So next thing, you want to do this. So if you're staying on campus, if you are staying at Disney, you want to do this. You want to get a refillable mug. If you're staying for more than 1 day, and Lisa, no, I'm still in the loft. That's actually the loft. So that is the loft. We're just in a different spot because I needed the computer because we're looking at the computer for some things. But this is a Disney refillable mug. If you're staying for more than 1 day, I highly recommend one. We use them all the time. This is last year's. Actually, this has been the design for the last couple of years. This was the holiday one this last year. And then I think they actually have, Sarah took that opportunity to get a sip. I think they actually have a Pixar themed one this time. But these have, let me think of the technology that's in them, RF, I think they're called RF scanners. But I highly recommend you get one. Get one for length of stay, and I think they're all length of stay now. And to be honest, they don't know. Like it doesn't say, oh hey, Kelly's only staying. Kelly's staying for RFID. Thank you, Casey. Their RFID is in here, and I'll explain that in just a second. But they don't say, oh, Kelly's staying for 9 days, so it only lasts for 9 days. I think they actually last for 2 weeks. So, but it is a Disney refillable mug. It does keep hots pretty warm. It does keep colds pretty cold. You know, it's not a super insulated mug, but they're super cute, you know, and it's a Disney mug. And we have big carabiner clips that we put on our backpacks, and then we carry them, you know, try to carry them with us. So I start every morning with a cup of coffee in this. So the RFID, the reason I say that is you do have to purchase it. You do have to tell them for the length of stay. You cannot go get a refill now unless you have paid for the length of stay, because this chip that's in the bottom, you are going to use that to put it up like in the fountain drinks and things. You're going to use it and it's going to go bling. It makes this really cute little noise, and you know that you can get some more beverage and how many days you have left on it. It's going to tell you, you know, how many days are left. Do not microwave this, or you just killed your RFID code thing, or wash it in the dishwasher. Just saying, don't mess up and do either one of those. So, well, Barbara says she thinks Dollywood has that too. So let me show you where, whoops, let me turn this around. I accidentally hit that. Let me turn you back around again. Okay, so this is just a little blog. It's the Disney Food Blog, and they are talking a little bit about the refillable mugs and just giving you, you know, some frequently asked questions, you know, just doing some, you know, telling you a little bit of information about them. That's the same one that I have, and then I think here in a second, oh, here's the new one. So this is the one that we should be getting when we get down there, because these came out in March of 2019, so that should be the new mug. So we will all be getting a new mug. Look how cute that is with the Disney Pixar theme on it. But this is the rapid refill emblem, so you can get this for the entire length of your resort stay for $18.99. Let me just tell you, so a couple of people just went $18.99. A cup of coffee that's this big, I think it's a 10 ounce or a 12 ounce cup of coffee, is like $2.50. I drink 3 of those a day. I drink hot chocolate at night, and I'm getting refills on diet lemonade all day long. I would have blown through $50 easy in just a handful of days. So $18.99 is not a big deal. And I'll turn you all back around. So that's the logo that you're going to look for. And this is what the stations look like. So you can get these, you can refill these at any Disney, then this is Orlando. I have not been to Disneyland in years, but at any Disney Orlando resort hotel and at the campground, you can refill this. They do have diet drinks. They do have, and you're going to set your, so you see these little like holders right here. That's not just to set your cup in. That is where you're going to set your cup for it to read the RFID. Oh my gosh, we're going to go way past 9. Sorry. If you love Disney, you're going to hang out with me. But they have diet drinks. So they have like Diet Coke, and it's all Coke products. There are no Pepsi products at Disney. Sorry, Pepsi people. But they do have some diet drinks. They have Powerade at most of them. They have, you can get water at all of them. And I guess it's like filtered water. But they have diet lemonade at some locations, and up at P&J's at the top, you know, up at the settlement at Fort Wilderness, they also have diet pomegranate lemonade. Woohoo, and it's the best. So at Fort Wilderness, if you are staying at Fort Wilderness, you can get this at the Meadows Trading Post. You can purchase these there, or you can purchase them up at the Pioneer Outpost. But Meadows only has, the Meadows itself, the Meadows Trading Post only has coffee, decaf coffee, and hot chocolate. And you can make hot tea. Like they have packets and hot water, and you can make hot tea. That's all they have at Meadows Trading Post. You have to go over to the swimming pool to get any of the fountain drinks. And they do have diet lemonade over there. Oh no, sorry Alyssa. Alyssa's sick, so Casey's got to go. And you can go, oh yeah, and Debbie's exactly right. At any of the parks, at any of their quick service locations, you can always get a free cup of water. And they proved that the last time I went to visit with walking at Disney with Adam and them. They came back with like trays, I mean like 20 cups of ice water, and they were happy to provide it because it was so hot. But all of the resort hotels have this. Usually it's either where the quick service is, or it's at the pool area, or sometimes it's in both. Okay, and I'm going to start losing some of y'all because it's getting late. But I highly recommend this. Diet drinks, stay hydrated. You're gonna use this, so I highly recommend it. It's it's worth the money. So that's an easy way to not go off the ranch again and start drinking Coke and start drinking sugary drinks, because they're gonna have lots of really cool looking sugary drinks to drink, to have. But you get the cool souvenir mug, and I'm not getting paid for this, but you get the cool souvenir mug, and you can keep water in it. You can get coffee, diet drinks, again, diet lemonade, and the diet pomegranate lemonade It's worth it. It is totally worth it. Okay, so I highly recommend those. The next thing is, only have 2 more things to talk about, so if you can hang out with me for just a couple more minutes. The next thing is the actual quick service. So I mentioned, oh, and Melissa, it's a carabiner clip, and I don't have one over here to show you, but it's just that big clip like hikers hook onto stuff, and we hook it on the back, on the loop on the back of our backpacks. And I'll show you all that next week when we're doing the packing. Okay, so next thing is to talk about quick service. I was talking about quick service. Good night, Laura. Laura, we leave in 12 days, but, and Kathy says she wishes her husband loved Disney as much as she does. That's so sad. My husband loves Disney more than I do, which is amazing. But all of the resort hotels and Fort Wilderness Campground have a quick service area, and they also have a sundry store. So all of the quick serves and the sundries have, good night, Barbara, and the sundries have, excuse me, and this is Panchitos. I just picked this one because it's so fun. But they have, again, apples, bananas, oranges, water, string cheese. They all have that. So all of the quick service or all of the sundry stores do have things where you can go and you can get an actual decent snack. So you don't have to get cookies. They do have cookies, so just watch out. But you don't have to get cookies. You don't have to get Mickey ice cream bars. You don't have to get, a snack that's not on plan. They all have things like that. And if you happen to be staying at the campground, well, and a lot of them have refrigerated areas too. And I'll have to look again this year. I think it was 2 trips ago. We were just going through the resorts, just kind of snooping around, just to see what everybody else had. And one of them actually had Halo Top ice cream. And I was like, what? Only one resort though. And I don't remember which one it was, but only one of them had Halo Top, but they had it in their freezer section. But anyway, so all of the resorts have that. They have a sundry section or they have a quick service, and they all have something that would be WW friendly on them. And if you are staying at the campground, Meadows is going to be your best choice for that, because they do have a cooler section, and they have, some cold foods. But they do have some of the snack things up at Pioneer, at the Pioneer Hall, Pioneer Settlement, and over at P&J's, which is a quick service. Okay, so we're going to talk about food in the 3rd week of this. The last thing I want to talk to you about is, I've talked about food, I've talked about what to pack for food, I've talked about where to go get food. I keep talking about food. Before you go, you're going to be walking a lot of steps. So even if you don't go like we do, or if you don't go out and walk before or after, you've been at the parks all day, like I do, you need to know though where the best places are if you just want to get in, some extra steps. So this is a list of the New Balance running trails. So New Balance has set up, and her outfit is awesome. I'd love to know what year that's from. But anyway, so New Balance has set up all of these jogging pathways, running pathways, whatever, through all of the resort areas. So we are in, well, you can see Disney's Animal Kingdom Resort area. So that is all the hotels that are included in the Animal Kingdom Resort area, Epcot Resort area, Magic Kingdom Resort area, and the Disney Springs and More area. So we are in the Magic Kingdom Resort area, and since it's 9:02, I'm only going to show you ours. But the Magic Kingdom Resort area, so you just click on whichever area you're in, and then ours is the campsites at Disney's Fort Wilderness Resorts, and it is literally this pretty. And so what you can do is you can walk. They set up this walking path, and the walking path for Fort Wilderness actually goes over to oh my gosh, Fort Wilderness Lodge. So all of them have it. They all have the walking trail. You can actually go to the New Balance website, and it'll show you the actual trail. Kind of like a map, to the actual trail, but they're all hooked together. But there are amazing places to walk, and then Boardwalk. So if you start out at Boardwalk or any of those attached places, you can walk all the way around it. You can go all the way around it, and you can walk over to Epcot from there, get in some extra steps, and then I'll show you one more, and then I will let you all go for the evening. And it is, I think it's still going to be in the Epcot area. Hold on, let me get over to this one. It is, well, maybe it's Animal Kingdom. Nope. It might be part of ours. Anyway, there's one of them where you can walk. Maybe it's Caribbean Beach. You can walk and walk and walk and walk and walk and walk and walk. And you can go from, no, you can go from the Polynesian. This is not it, but you can go from the Polynesian over to the Grand Floridian, over to another one. And it is a beautiful walk, and you're walking on the water. But these are walking along the water. But these are the New Balance walking trails. And Debbie's asking if I got the race and walk info that she sent me. Debbie, I'm sure I did, but my brain is so full right now, I haven't looked at anything like that. But anyway, so those are my pre-planning trips those are my, and I think it is an Epcot. I think it is considered Epcot, Debbie. But anyway, those are my pre-planning trips for Disney. Definitely recommend the refillable mug. Definitely recommend visiting one of the 3 public stores that are super close to there, or using the grocery service, the grocery delivery service. No reason not to do that. Asking for the refrigerator, mini fridge in your room if they don't already have one, or the little cooler. And if you need medication, if you have special requirements, like if you've got an EpiPen or some medication that needs to be refrigerated, all you have to do is just to ask. I mean, it is a magical adventure, and they are definitely there to take care of you. But check out those gas stations on the way down. You know, see which convenience stores you're going to be going past, to see what kind of food they have. Go ahead and check the points. Wawa's not bad. Even some of their prepared food is not bad. Do pack a cooler if you can. If you're driving down, pack a cooler. And then when you get there, check on the mini fridge, Publix, the grocery delivery. Go back and check out those chats. Chat number 110, number 80, and then the Eating Out 101, and then the On the Road Again. So the On the Road Again is going to show you some of the packing, some of the packing ideas. Next week, we're going to spend the second half of the chat. That'll be chat number 130. We will spend the second half of it packing. So we're going to pack, things for Disney. So I'll see everybody next week. Don't forget to do your homework from the first part. If you have any special Disney tips or tricks, I hope that you will share them with us. And otherwise, everybody have a magical day, and we will see you next week. And if you're watching this later on YouTube, don't forget to watch the next video, or subscribe, or buy a cool t-shirt. So good night, everybody. I'll see you next week. Good night.